Good afternoon. I don't have any PowerPoint presentation, so bear with me. My name is Isaac Jackman, and I'm the owner and managing director of Isaac Jackman Shoe Repairs. I'm delighted to have been asked here today to discuss my business and how it ties into the circular economy. Firstly, I would like to give a little background information on my company. My father, Sean Jackman, started the business nearly 70 years ago. He went on to have 22 premises in Dublin alone. Back then, when repairing shoes and clothes and household items was done out of necessity. So the circular economy was and has always been in existence in regard to these industries. I'm the youngest sibling, and when I left school, I decided I'd like to go into the business too, as I always had an interest. I knew it was hard work, but was willing to give it a go. So here I am, over 30 years later. Over the years, I adapted to the changes in the footwear industry, upskilling and offering a shoe repair service relevant to modern footwear and trends. I have scaled back the business to 2 premises, my headquarters in Charlemont Street and our shop in Donnybrook. I also have a number of drop-off locations, as mentioned earlier, in dry cleaners on the south side of Dublin. So what exactly do we do, and what are the challenges our small business faces? Our day-to-day core business is shoe repairs. We also repair handbags and other various leather items. We deal with all types of footwear, from the entry price brands to the very expensive high-end brands, hill walking boots, trainers, shoe adaptations, etc. Shoe repairs is not just a case of sticking a sole or a heel on a shoe. Every shoe is different, and our work is bespoke in most cases. It takes time and is labor intensive. We deal with a number of shoe shops also who call on us if a customer returns a pair of shoes or the shop wishes to offer a repair service. We thankfully are always very busy, and as we have remained in business for this long, we must be doing something right. But there are challenges ahead. Unfortunately, 22 billion pairs of shoes go into landfill each year. That's 22 billion. That number is staggering. Most of these shoes use petrochemicals and materials which take thousands of years to decompose. We know how harmful this is to the environment. Plastic, which is part of most shoes and trainers, is not naturally biodegradable. Plastic enters the environment and breaks up into thousands of tiny pieces called microplastics, and these have infiltrated every place on Earth, especially our seabeds. There is an interesting short documentary on Netflix called No Lost Shoe, and this goes into more detail as to what exactly is happening to our seabeds and the environments due to shoes being thrown out. So, as a small business, we can only do a small part in prolonging the life of a pair of shoes or a handbag. The business and the potential is there, as customers are becoming more aware and conscious of the need to repair, but the challenges we face are twofold. The first one being labour. I've been running the business for over 30 years. We're in the same premises for over 60 years, which I have totally outgrown. I have 5 members of staff between 2 shops, plus myself and my wife at the helm. We cannot work forever, and as good as our employees are, they're not trained in the business skills. There are very few shoe repairs left in the country. So what happens when I retire? I have 2 kids, and neither of them are showing any interest in taking over the business. They see how hard it is and the hours I do. My day-to-day is extremely busy. I work 6 days, sometimes 12-hour days. My standards are high, so unfortunately, I do not have time to train someone in all aspects of the business. This is where the government needs to step in and rethink training and reviving what is a dying trade before it's too late, because I think it's never too late. Circular jobs and circular skills will be needed now more than ever. The second challenge I face is customer attitudes. This is probably an issue for anyone in the repair trade, but more, I think, in our industry. As I mentioned before, the shoe repair skill and is learned and perfected over many years. With everything said, costs and overheads are rising. I buy my raw materials from the UK and Europe at considerable cost that requires significant investment on such a small, labour-intensive business. In general, my customers are wonderful, but there's a price point, and at times there can be a lack of understanding as why a repair costs what it does. This again is where educating the public is essential. What are the benefits of repairing your item on a personal level while also contributing to the circular economy? It is essential to get this into the psyche of the customer. According to unsustainablemagazine.com, experts say the global footwear industry will be worth more than $95 billion by 2025. More than 25 billion shoes are manufactured each year. For our industry, that's an awful lot of shoes, which can mostly be repaired. So where do we go from here? As I said, our first major challenge is labour and education. Development of the green skills for our industry has been non-existent. These are jobs that are more important than ever. They are jobs that preserve the value and extent and the lifespan of a product that is essential to grow the circular economy. I know my business inside out, and as I said, there's potential to grow, but I cannot do it without the right staff. When you understand the impact that throwing away shoes has on the environment, it's time to act. The industry should never have been left to die. The shoe repair industry is in bad shape and intervention is needed. Secondly, people need to be educated. I understand this is happening in schools. My own children are being made more aware of climate change and also being more okay with buying second-hand, buying from charity shops and selling on their own used clothes and shoes. It is the everyday customer that needs to be educated on the options when it comes to the lifespan of their shoes. So many of my customers do not realize that most of the shoes are repairable. Every day, I have customers in the shop saying, you probably can't fix this, but however, chances are I more than likely can. Again, education on a much larger scale is what's needed. Education as to what can be repaired, the education regarding the skill sets needed to do the job, the time needed to do the job, and the cost to do the job, and the value it is to them, the economy, and in particular their contribution to the circular economy in deciding to get their items repaired. Shoe manufacturers have their part to play in the production of shoes. They are in the business of selling and now have no option but to offer an end-of-life or repair service to their customers. They need to make more sustainable and repairable footwear. To date, most shoe manufacturers do not factor in the repair as an option. This has to change. We all wear shoes, and in days gone by, they were handed down from one sibling to the next. Families could not afford new shoes every September for the child starting back to school. The cobbler was a much-needed tradesman. Fast fashion, disposable fashion, imported shoes became more common. Our shoe manufacturing business in Ireland died, and as a result, the skills died. I am now almost one of the last shoe repair families left. I am forever grateful to my father for teaching me this skill, but also teaching me how to run a business and, most importantly, to listen to my customers. Our Charlemont Street and Donnybrook shops are destination areas. You only stop there if you need to. Thankfully, we've had enough customers over the past 60 years that have needed and valued our service, so we've been able to keep the doors well open. I believe in providing a very high standard of work. I believe in treating our customers well, spending time with them, discussing their needs and expectations. I wouldn't be standing here today without the support of my customers who value my service. My business was always involved in the circular economy. We have been slightly overlooked as a business and a very viable business for a long time with regards to the contribution we make to the circular economy. We've also been contributing to the economy for a very long time, and now with climate change and sustainability being to the forefront of the European and global agenda, our skills are needed and will be needed more than ever. We need the staff, we need the people who are well trained and skilled in every aspect of the business. We need to be able to pay them. It needs to be an attractive career for them. Therefore, we need income, and we need to charge the appropriate price for our service. We cannot charge if the paying customer does not value what we do. So, I hope this gives you all a better understanding of the role of the shoe repair and the contribution we make to the circular economy and the services we provide. Once again, I'd like to thank the EPA for giving me this platform and to discuss the business and to explain what we do and how it's such an integral part of the circular economy. There are definitely challenges, but they can be addressed. I am more than happy to discuss this further with stakeholders and any government representatives who would like more in-depth knowledge of where we're going and what we do. Now, it's been my absolute pleasure here today. Remember, buy the shoes, spend a bit on them, wear the shoes, enjoy the shoes, and then bring them into me for repair. Thank you so much.